Ah, wow, the weather's pretty hot today. And oh look, I'm on webcam. It's like I'm going to make a video or something. Roll the intro. Now, on the internet, tier lists have had a long span of being used for content on the internet. Whether it be from fast food brands, anime, video games, or just anything. Tier list videos have had a long span of popularity on here, and, well, I'm late to the trend, but it's my turn to have a go. Now, thanks to new British YouTuber Cheesy Boi, go and sub to him down below, I'm going to be doing my own thing on it. Now, like I said, if I stutter a bit, this is entirely unscripted. I haven't scripted any of this, obviously. But yeah. So now I was thinking, what tier list should I do? But then, like I said, I found this new British YouTuber. We spoke in the DMs, and he said he'd like to see me have a go at this. So here we are. I'm now going to be doing a tier list on Pokemon openings. That's right, of every single Pokemon opening from Generation 1 all the way up until the new Journey series. I'll be doing a tier list on all of them. Now, some of these I haven't actually seen the series of, like any of the Black and White series after the original Black and White. I haven't seen any of X and Y past the start of it. But yeah, everything else is fair game. I haven't seen any of Sun and Moon or Journeys, but I do plan on watching them. So yeah, obviously, this is the only one I found, and some of these have really bad clipping on the images, but I think it's fair enough. So let's go. Yep, you can see my Twitter there. Right. So here we go. Let's decide what I want to do. So we'll try and do all of these in order of seasons. I might try and get some of these out of order because, again, it's been a long time since I've seen the anime, so trying to remember the exact order. So first off, the first opening. So obviously, this is the one everybody knows. Gotta catch 'em all and all that. It's the opening that's got so popular it's eventually become the main theme for the entire franchise. So I think it's only fair to give this a S tier. Oh my god, I just realised I can't see the text behind the background. But yeah, so give the original series an S tier. S tier for opening. Because let's face it, the opening. Alright, so next up, the Adventures in Orange Islands, Pokemon Worlds. After listening back on it, it's a really good opening, but it's a small step down from the original, so I'm going to give it an A. I don't know, I like it. It's very catchy, but it's just, it doesn't flow as well as the original does. Excuse me. Okay, sorry for that cut. Partway through as I was recording this, all hell seemed to break loose. So, right, let's continue now. So, then we got the Johto Journeys. Now, this is also a very catchy opening. It's not my favourite. I gotta admit, it's very overrated. I just don't like the tune to it much, even though it's the better of the two Johto openings. So I'm gonna put this in B. Now, Johto League Champions. I don't know. I was never a big fan of this. It wasn't the greatest in the world. It's hard to describe this one because it's why I don't enjoy this one as much. It just doesn't have a good sound to it. I don't know what it is. It's something doesn't never clicked with me when it came to this one. So that's going into C. Next up, Master Quest, S tier above the original. Actually, no, I'll put it behind the original. Fuck it. The Master Quest has a really good ring to it. Like, it has a really great backing, a really great non-cheesy lyrics. Well, let's be honest, all of these are cheesy, but this had the least cheesy lyrics to it. It had the least cheesy amount to it, and you really felt like, oh, this is going to be a big progression of the story and all that, and it just made you feel really hyped up to watch this, considering this was the final time of the Johto arc and the final time with the original trio. It was worth watching. Now, let's move on to the next one, Advanced. Now, here's a fair warning. Advanced is going to get a lot of love, because this was the season I grew up with. This is the one I watched every single episode to, and watched every single, like, season of. And this is the one I was really invested on when Twitch were doing their Pokemon live streams. So, Pokemon Advanced. Now, this is the weaker one of the three. It's okay. Obviously, this is the one with the weird robot voice in the background, but in my opinion, none of the Pokemon Advanced openings are bad. Absolutely zero of them. So I'm going to be putting this in A tier, even though this will probably stay low A tier. Advanced Challenge. I don't remember Advanced Challenge as much, to be honest with you. Right, so I actually don't remember Advanced Challenge. Advanced Challenge much. So if you can, so if I could just skip it, again a sec quickly. Oh, hang on, I remember it now from just listening to the opening. It's okay. It's a lot catchier than the Advanced opening. And it's pretty heavy, and it's again, it kind of ties in the same way as the Master Quest opening, where it brings up the grandiose feel of the Pokemon, of like the original, of like the adventure being really heightened up, you know, and all that. If you want to say you don't know what you're talking about, you can drop it in the DMs, because I'm going to be honest, I don't. I'm just trying to explain why I like it personally. It's going above Advanced in A tier, but it'll still be kind of lowish. Now, Advanced Battle, S tier. Yeah, high S tier. That's my favourite opening of them all. It's the one that I've listened to time and time again. Don't know why I'm doing this with my mouse for, but okay. Like, the backing's great, the lyrics are really show the epicness of this season. And if I remember correctly, this was one of the few openings that actually had a really recognizable, like, full version of it before they started to get to the less memorable ones. And speaking of less memorable, Battle Frontier. Yeah, this is kind of where everything kind of like slides down a little bit in quality. Like, I didn't hate Battle Frontier. I just thought the opening just didn't sound like, you know, the best of all time. Like, it didn't have a really good sound to it. I thought it kind of got into a bit of the cheesy mode to it, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't the best. So I'm gonna put this at I put this in C, but I'm gonna put it above Johto League Champions. Diamond and Pearl, F. I hated the opening to Diamond and Pearl. The rap just sounded absolutely terrible. it just didn't. It didn't sound good. Pokemon should not have. I was gonna say Pokemon should not have rap in it, but then again I remembered the poker rap, and I feel like I've kind of just slandered the Pokemon community. Well, it was good for the first opening, and then it kind of just went a bit, you know. But yeah, yeah, the poker rap was catchy. This wasn't. It didn't have a good way of really representing a new generation like the original Advanced opening did. So, and whenever it comes to me rewatching Pokemon, I never skip the openings. I always skip the opening for this. Or I try to every time. I'm trying to remember what was next. I think it was Battle Dimension that was next. This was a step up. This was a major step up. Battle Dimension had a good sound to it. It just... I don't know. I'm going to be honest, none of the Diamond and Pearl openings were that incredible, because it was kind of... All of them were kind of a bit of a step down, because Advanced kind of was spoiled everybody with great sounding intros. So... I don't know. It's not the worst. It's probably my favorite out of the it's probably my favorite out of the three. So I'm gonna put it above Johto Journeys, but it's still gonna be behind all the Advanced openings. But with Diamond and Pearl, all the openings have a significantly better version of it in the in the Diamond and Pearl movies. Like, I don't know if it was the Battle Dimension opening that was covered in probably my favorite Pokemon movie, Destiny Deoxys? No, that's not my favorite. It was the Darkrai. It was Rise of Darkrai, that's it. Obviously, because, you know, channel name. But yeah, now the Galactic Battles, it's okay. You know, it's I'm going to put this C up right there. I'll put it there. Because, I don't know, it didn't have the best sound in the world to it. I guess it was quite catchy as well. But it wasn't as catchy as all the others. But I can't say it was bad. I can't say it was bad like the Diamond and Pearl opening. Now, Sinnoh League Victors is tough. Because, again, a hot take, I don't like this one either, but I don't hate it, you know, it's not a hate, it's just a kind of, you know, it's not amazing, but it's not awful. I'm gonna put it in D. I shouldn't really, like, be so negative on Diamond and Pearl, because this was also one I was very active in watching, but I don't know, I just never liked the sound to it, but I just don't hate it. Black and White, F. Now, one thing I'm going to be very clear on all of you is if you like Black and White, I'm sorry, but I hate I hate the Black and White season's mere existence. This is where I stopped on the anime until Pokemon the Series XY came out. And then I started getting quite active in watching that and keeping up with what was going on in the episodes. Black and White, I just don't care. Like, nothing, like, I'll probably put up a video about, like, why I hated Black and White to begin with later on down the line. But for now, this is just going to be about the openings, and Black and White opening is terrible. Like, the animation's pretty and the backgrounds to it, but just everything else just doesn't sound, like, good. And, like Linkara said in his video, they are trying. I can hear the effort. But, just, like, nothing was working. Nothing worked in it whatsoever. It just nothing worked in it whatsoever. It just, I don't know. It didn't sound amazing. So that's staying in. So that's going to go in F. Rival Destinies is going to be a low D. Because, Actually, Rival Destinies and Adventures in Universe going low D because they're improvements over Black and White, but they're both still pretty naff anyway. Now, X and Y gets second place in B tier. Because it's basically just like a less good sounding version of the original opening. Because less good version, a sounding good version of the of the original theme. But it's still the original theme. It's the one that everybody knows regardless, but just different sounding in the grand scheme of things. So I'm gonna put it in mid B. I'll put it high B. Fuck it. I'll be generous to it. The second XY opening, I don't know. It's not as memorable. It's actually no wait. Forget that. Change my mind. It's actually better. It's actually a really, really good opening. This is the first time I've actually properly listened to it because I kind of grew out of interest in watching it, and I didn't listen to it until fairly recently. But I would say it's above the Orange Islands opening personally. Like, it sounds really, 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 really good. It had a good sound to it. Now X, Y, and Z, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to give my opinion on it. Because I don't know. It sounded really good though. That's the thing. But I don't know if I should put it in like low S tier or low A tier. Fuck it, I'm gonna put it in low S tier because I liked that a lot. Oh, Sun and Moon. I didn't listen to the Sun and Moon openings until very recently. So, my opinion on them is a little bit sketch, personally. I don't know what to think about them, personally. So, I'm gonna put Sun and Moon in the original Sun and Moon opening in low C tier. It didn't sound amazing, but actually no, I'm gonna put it in low B tier. It got a nice little cheery tune to it that kind of summed up Alola. Okay, so Ultra. Right, so Ultra Adventures. I didn't listen to it recently. This is a weird opening. It's got a weird vibe to it, and I don't know how to feel personally. So I'm going to put it in C for confusion. Yeah, I'm going to put it... Actually, I'm going to put it there. I feel it's quite nestled fairly enough there, because I don't know what to think about it. And the same goes for this, to be honest with you. Sun and Moon's just... I'm going to be honest, Sun and Moon's openings were unremarkable. For as apparently good as the Sun and Moon season was, which, you know, I more than likely will give it a watch later on down the line. But I genuinely, like, I don't know what to think about it. Like, I guarantee I'll take a look at it. I just, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. I really don't know. Now, the newest opening, I don't know. It's not a bad sounding song. Why did I put it in F? No, but I don't know where to put it necessarily. I'm gonna say mid B tier because it's good. It's got a nice sound to it, but it sounds kind of like what I think the vibe for the Sun and Moon openings should have gone with. But I don't know. The vibe was a little bit off. Personally with it, I don't know, it's not, so I wouldn't say it's as good as, you know, all the other ones above, but it's pretty good. I would say it puts nestled closely into B tier. So I'm sorry for how awkward this video was, because Describing music is a lot more difficult for me when describing games is a lot easier because you can like tell, okay, so you can describe how it controls and all that. But yeah, so this is my opinion on what I would think of every single Pokemon anime opening. I was a little harsh on the black and white openings, I know. But this also comes down to the fact that I didn't like how any of them sounded to begin with, and also comes down to just... It also just comes down to just how rather mediocre all of the openings sounded at the same time as that. Just everything sounded off. I don't know, it's a bit weird. But yeah, so thank you for watching. If you wish to subscribe, feel free to do so. I'll probably try and do another tier list video in the future, maybe, because this is really a unique video like I wanted to try and make. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to continuing to try and do more content for this channel in the future, and I hope you guys can enjoy it and come along to the journey. There'll probably be more scripted videos as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys for the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys don't get too upset with my opinions. Take care. Bye-bye.